Hey there, gentlemen. Let me ask you something straight. How confident are you when it comes to understanding what really makes a woman feel desired, safe, and satisfied? Be honest, because most men think they know, but many are simply repeating what they've seen online, heard in locker rooms, or picked up from unrealistic media. But here's the truth: real pleasure, the kind that makes a woman feel deeply connected to you, isn't about flashy moves or techniques. It's about attunement, understanding her body's rhythm, her emotions, and how biology and connection intertwine. I'm Dr. Jocelyn, a urologist and men's health specialist with over 5 years of experience working with couples who've lost intimacy or are trying to rebuild it. And today, I want to share something most men are never taught: the science and art of fingering a woman the right way. So, before we start, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you're ready to take your confidence and connection to the next level, and tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? Let's dive in. Here's what most people get wrong. They believe that female pleasure is a mystery, that women are too complicated. But medically speaking, it's not mystery, it's biology. And emotionally speaking, it's safety. You see, the female body responds to trust, patience, and gradual stimulation of blood flow to the genitals, not instant pressure. That's not romantic advice, that's vascular physiology. When a woman feels emotionally relaxed and mentally safe, her body releases oxytocin and nitric oxide, two natural chemicals that increase blood circulation and sensitivity. That's why connection isn't just romantic fluff, it's literally the biological foundation of pleasure. So no, this isn't about moves, it's about moments. And once you understand the science of those moments, you'll realize how powerful your presence, patience, and awareness can be. Over the years in my clinic, I've spoken to hundreds of men who've said, "Doc, I don't think I'm doing it right." Or, "My partner says she's satisfied, but I can tell something's missing." And you know what? It usually isn't about size, skill, or stamina. It's about rhythm, emotional rhythm, physiological rhythm, and timing. So, today, I'll share 5 doctor-approved intimacy moves that I teach my patients, moves that help women feel safe, desired, and truly satisfied. These are not tricks, and they're definitely not about performance. They're about connection, chemistry, and confidence. Let's start with the first one. Move 1, the emotional warm-up, not the physical one. Think of intimacy like warming up an engine. You can't expect full power the moment you start. The biggest mistake men make is diving straight into physical touch without emotional foreplay. But for most women, desire begins long before the first touch. That means conversation, laughter, compliments, things that build emotional oxygen. From a medical point of view, this phase activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and receive state that allows blood to flow naturally to the pelvic area. When you rush her, her body stays tense, and arousal can't complete its full cycle. So, slow down. Ask questions. Make her feel admired, not analyzed. Because when her mind relaxes, her body follows. Mini takeaway: the best intimacy starts hours before the bedroom. Move 2, the full body connection. Before you think about any specific area, remember this: women experience arousal as a full body process. Touch her shoulders, her back, her arms. Why? Because the skin is the body's largest sensory organ, and it's filled with nerve endings that send pleasure signals to the brain. In fact, the same nerves that trigger pleasure also regulate relaxation. So, slow, rhythmic, full body touch, not grabbing or rushing, is what amplifies her brain's pleasure response. Psychologically, this also says, "You're safe, I'm not in a hurry." That message matters more than you think. It's not about being soft, it's about being attentive. That's what builds trust, and trust is the greatest aphrodisiac. Pro tip: gentle, consistent rhythm works better than random movement. Think of your touch as a language, and she's fluent in how you speak it. Move 3, the power of rhythm and feedback. Here's the truth most men miss: every woman's body is unique. What feels good to one might not to another. That's why the secret isn't guessing, it's listening. Watch her breath, notice her hips, listen to the tiny changes in her voice. That's biofeedback, the body's way of saying, "Yes, that's it," or "No, not yet." From a biological view, this kind of attunement keeps her brain's dopamine and oxytocin levels rising together, which is exactly what builds intensity. But here's where emotional intelligence comes in. Ask her gently, do you like this? Or do you want more pressure? Those questions aren't awkward, they're sexy because they show you care. And that's when she relaxes because she knows she's with a man who listens, not performs. Move 4. The slow build patience creates passion. The human body can't jump from zero to climax. It's a gradual climb. That's why in medical studies, women who experience the most pleasure have partners who build arousal in stages from gentle touch to rhythmic stimulation to synchronized breathing and movement. Why does this matter? Because patience lets blood vessels dilate fully, nerves become more responsive, and muscles in the pelvic floor relax, all essential for deep satisfaction. Emotionally, this phase is about trusting the pace. If you rush, her body tenses. If you stay present, her body opens. The slow build isn't boring. It's the part her brain remembers the longest, the anticipation, the rising rhythm, the safety and surrender. So next time, don't think faster. Think deeper. Let connection lead before motion. Move 5. The aftercare, the forgotten art. Now here's the most overlooked secret of all, what happens after the peak. Most men roll over, grab their phones, or think the job is done. But here's the truth for women. The emotional climax often happens after the physical one. That's when oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is at its highest. If you stay present, cuddle, whisper something kind, or even just hold her hand, it tells her body, you're safe, you're valued. That single gesture deepens connection more than any move ever could. From a biological view, it stabilizes her heart rate, balances hormones, and improves the long-term bond between you both. From an emotional view, it says, this wasn't performance, this was connection. And trust me, that's what makes her remember you. Build safety first. No woman opens up to a man she doesn't feel safe with. Emotional calm equals physical openness. Touch with intention. Slow, mindful, predictable rhythms create security and pleasure. Use feedback. Ask questions. Notice cues. Adjust your touch like you'd tune an instrument. Take your time. Let every stage build naturally. Pleasure grows in layers, not leaps. Stay present afterward. That's where true intimacy grows. And remember, the goal isn't just pleasure. It's connection. Gentlemen, I know this topic can make some men feel insecure. Maybe you've had partners who were quiet or hard to read. Maybe you've wondered, am I doing it right? Let me reassure you, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware. Women don't want flawless moves. They want presence. They want to feel that you're not rushing, not distracted, not trying to prove something just with them. And when you bring that kind of calm confidence to intimacy, it changes everything not only for her, but for you too. You'll start to feel more grounded, more masculine, more emotionally connected. Because real masculinity isn't about domination, it's about devotion. So here's my message to you, as your doctor and your friend. No matter your age, experience, or background, it's never too late to learn how to connect better, love deeper, and bring more pleasure into both your lives. Age does not end vitality, it refines it. When you lead with patience, presence, and understanding, you unlock something powerful, real confidence. So take what you've learned today and remember, a woman's body responds best to respect, and your hands, heart, and attention are the most powerful tools you have. If this helped you, hit that like button, subscribe for more real talk from me, Dr. Jocelyn, and share this video with a friend who wants to build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. Tell me in the comments what part of today's video resonated with you the most. I love reading your stories and hearing from men who are committed to growth. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and remember, pleasure isn't about performance, it's about connection.